Hi girlfriends family, and welcome to another season of Cup of Overflow. If you guys haven't yet watched the first season of Cup of Overflow, I'm going to link it to the top. And if you have, welcome to the second season. And I'm with my guest girlfriend today, Rosemary Mashabane.
Hello.
For this Cup of Overflow, every Sunday I'll be loading a new episode for the whole month of February that you guys can watch and connect and discuss with us. It's all about different aspects of love and how we as people navigate through life. So today's topic of discussion is going to be dealing with loss. I've invited Rose over because she has recently had to deal with a very major loss in her life. Thank you for joining us, Rose.
It's a pleasure.
It's so wonderful to have you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Have like a specific set of questions for like how we're sort of going to talk about this. Okay, Rose, if you can just take us back and just tell us exactly who it is that you lost most recently.
Okay, I recently lost my mom in June of 2021, specifically on the 23rd of June.
Yes. And what was the cause of her death?
They've said it was Well, they said it was due to COVID-related complications.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But do you feel like it was more than that?
No, it was more than that. She's a person that she had sinusitis, and over and above that, I think that affected her lungs as well, and also old age came into the whole party as well. So yeah.
Well, I mean, also with 2020 and 2021, a lot of people lost people in their lives. And it was already a difficult season just seeing so much loss, you know. For you, how would you say that sort of loss happening to you? You know, because most of us think, oh, it's not going to happen to us. You know, how was that sort of process of
that? It's you know what? I think every single day, it's something new every day. One day you're comfortable and you're thinking, okay, she's rested. But there's days where you're thinking, did she really die? And there's days where you literally just you are just a bunch of tears and you just want to cry. So dealing with loss, it's mainly all about just taking it one day at a time and then actually feeling whatever you're feeling on that particular day at that particular moment. Because if you don't allow yourself to go through that process, then it becomes a problem, because that's when you then can lead into depression and so forth.
Okay, so basically if we were to then sort of break down almost the steps of dealing with loss, right? So for you, at what phase do you feel like you're at right now?
Right now for me, it's still very, very early. You know, we could be shooting this and down the line you find me crying, or as I go into my car and drive back home and then the tears come, or it's literally on a day-to-day situation. I mean, there was one time I was at work, I just decided, let me just take a breather and take a walk and go get ice cream. And on my way walking back from the shop, I found myself in tears. And I just couldn't understand, because I thought I was over the loss and not having my mom around. But it's a continuous thing. It's a day on day thing. You just don't get used to it. You just learn to live with it, basically.
No, I mean, I've heard my other friend as well, she lost her mom many years ago now, but she's like, it still feels like something that just happened like yesterday. So I mean, she always says it's like this pain that you learn to carry. It's not a pain that actually ever goes away.
That's true. It really, really is true. That's true.
And how have you found yourself sort of dealing with your own like daily, like, okay, let me wake up, let me go to work, let me do the things I need to do?
I think the most difficult part about the loss of my mom is literally just coming back from work, because it's when the conversations will come, because I normally work late as well. So I pick up the call, I'm leaving home right now. I mean I'm leaving work right now, so do you want me to get anything for you? And just that drive back, knowing, or if I hadn't called, then I know for sure on my way home I need to literally well, she'd call me and we'd have a conversation. So that's a very difficult part of my life. It's still not easy, but I'm learning to live with that. I'm learning to live with that, and I just have to take it one day at a time. It literally is one day at a time.
One day at a time. Have you sought any form of like external help, like therapy or anything like that?
Not yet. I didn't think I need that professional help, but I think right now I'm at a point where I really need it right now, because now it's starting to overflow in everything of my life. It is causing a lot of loneliness, and you start thinking of your achievements. We plan, so you're thinking the day I get married, she's actually not going to be there. Then it creates that loneliness once again. You're like, if this person was here, and also because I've got a daughter, she'd mostly be the person that would stay with her. So trying to find babysitters, that's not easy either. So I'm still in that process of, I have someone, but I can feel that it's not yet it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
What are you finding is sort of like the biggest change, maybe with your family, now that your mom is no longer around? What are some of the biggest changes that you had to sort of now live through?
Oh, the biggest change is just my mom is always the glue of everything. So it's myself and my brothers and my dad. She was the glue. I mean, her family, she was the glue. So it becomes very, very difficult to kind of link up with people. But yeah, that has been so difficult, and just having to take over. I feel that automatically I'm forced to take over what she was doing at that time. So checking on my brothers, checking on the family. If there's anything that's happening, automatically now those messages come to me and not to her, not to her or to everyone in the family. So that's been very, very difficult. Overwhelming,
because it's like you're taking on a role as like the mom.
Exactly, because already you can feel it in the community. I think the other day we experienced, there was somebody, a neighbor of ours passed away, and instantly the females of that street came up to me. She's like, well, this is what we've started, and because of you are now the woman in the house, you need to take that over. And I thought, this is a big role to take over, but hey, with God by my side, I know that I'll get through it. And if anything, that's the one thing that has got me through. Prayer and having people around you that support. It has really helped.
I actually wanted to talk about that as well, because I know sometimes people find maybe their relationship with God strains a little bit, because then you're questioning a lot of things. But I've seen that you've sort of put yourself in a position where God is literally like your driving force to keep going.
That is so true. It really has. I think I keep remembering that quote that says, you don't know how strong you are until you have to. And I'm living as a testimony right now that you can actually live with loss and carry on. And if anything, I've learned to trust in God even more, because every day I wake up, it's literally, please help me, God, to get through my day today. And I've seen Him do it. I think I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me about how she's so shocked that as she found out that my mom passed away, she was afraid to actually come in and see me. And as she came, she was like, I thought I was going to find you as a bowl of just a mess, and I can see God working in you. So that was also kind of encouragement to a certain extent that gave me strength to carry on. Yes.
All right. So it's just a daily situation where you are taking it one day at a time.
You have to. You have to.
Because it's nothing you can ever get used to, basically.
No.
Yeah. I mean, even my mom, as old as she is, as much as she's an adult, she also still talks about, losing her mom. And that's just not something she's ever been able to.
Yes.
Even though she hadn't for that long. But it was still like when the time came.
Yes. Because that's when you start doing... Because with losing a mom also, you then learn to understand that there will never be somebody that will love you and understand you to the extent of your mother, because you can see people just getting irritated with you at times, or and you're thinking, okay, if my mom was here, she'd most probably be saying, okay, Rose, it's okay, it's fine, But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I wouldn't even wish it on my worst enemy.
For us as well, we can only sympathize because we don't know how it is. But I've also just seen, from what I've seen with your WhatsApp status and stuff like that, you're really just like working through it. And I saw how you were celebrating your birthday. It's almost like you've done this 360 of wanting to live in the moment, you know, celebrate all your milestones and achievements, you know. Do you feel like maybe that's also something that's made you say, you know what, I need to start living for the now?
Yes, definitely. You know, I think we postpone a lot of things because the conversations I've constantly had with us moms. As soon as I become financially stable or in the position that I want to be, this is what I'll do. And you actually realize, had I not forced myself to do the things that I wanted to do for her at that time in accordance to my resources, I think I would have a lot of regret. But at some point I just decided, you know what, these people, my mom's not going to live forever. So obviously you don't anticipate that it's going to happen now, but whatever you can that you can do at that particular time, do it. Hence also coming with the birthday, I just decided I just needed a breather, just some space, because now I've taken everybody else's loss within the family and just trying to put everybody together, and I've kind of slightly forgotten about myself. So I thought, okay, let me just give myself breathing space and recollect myself into the new year, you know. Unfortunately, time does not stop.
Unfortunately, time doesn't stop, eh? Sure. Are there any like specific maybe Bible verses that have really stood out for you during this time?
There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. I think one that I can think of at the top of my head right now was it's in Joshua. I think it's Joshua 1 verse 5, and it says, be strong and courageous, you know. And this is also based on a story where Moses was always Moses being a leader, and then Joshua having to take over from him after Moses' death. And Joshua was thinking, how could I take over? So those are the questions that I still ask myself. How can I take over from this strong woman? And knowing that I'm an extrovert actually to a certain extent. So I'm thinking to have such a big role, to fill in those shoes, it's very difficult. So that's one thing that stands out a lot. And then for some time, I've also thought of Jesus being on the cross. With that, it's when Jesus was saying just before he died on the cross, and he was like speaking to Mary, his mother, and he was like, no, look, you woman, you know. And I felt she was also there. It's as if she was saying those words to me. It's like, hey, you need to carry on, stand up, you know, forget about my loss and just move on, because that's the type of person she was. You know, stand up for yourself, be strong, you know, don't wait on anybody to do anything for you. So that reflection of Jesus on the cross and him speaking to his mom as though he's speaking to a stranger, that's exactly how I feel. And that's how I remember her speaking to me. So every time I just want to break down, I remember those words of, hey, get up. Get up. So
what would you say are some of the biggest lessons you've learned from your mom over the years?
There's a lot. Like I said, being strong, not waiting on anybody to do things for you. I mean, no one owes you anything. And she was also telling me that even though people can try to belittle you, to bewitch you, whatever, I mean, unless if you start to believe that that's going to happen, then it will happen. But if you just stay strong and just keep moving, then there's nothing that anybody can do to you.
Okay, no, got that. And for someone maybe that's dealing with this loss now, what sort of words of encouragement would you have for them?
You know what? I seriously don't have a method of stuff. All I have to say is stay in God. Stay in God. I mean, even if you're in a moment, you have moments where you're thinking, God, you've let me down. Tell him that this is how I feel, and you'll see yourself just coming out of it. Because I mean, most people try and internalize their feelings and saying, you know what, I'm okay, I'm not alright, you know. But you need to let the people that want to be there for you, allow them to be there for you. Because if you don't, because I mean, as humans, the next person will not fully understand what you're going through, you know. And it's at a point where at times you feel so down, and somebody will come and say, "Hi man, but it's been over 6 months now, you should be okay." And you're thinking the next person will never fully understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
So all the people around you that want to be there for you, allow them to be there for you, and put God first. Yes.
Right. Oh, thank you so much, Rose. I really do appreciate your time. Guys, if you've also got any comments that you want to make, if you guys want us to bring Rose back again for a part 2, let us know in the comment section. But until then, we love you guys. Cup of Overflow. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.